Hi guys, welcome back to the Yorkshire Modeller. We have issue 10 of the Panini Collections Ferrari F40. So issue 10, we are getting the fuse box cover and more dashboard components. So all of these parts will go onto what we did with issue 9. So they'll go in a few of these holes here and along here. A few bits at the top there. So yeah, it's going to look quite good obviously when this is all finished with these parts that we've got on. So what I will do is get everything pointed down at the table and we will get started with the build for issue 10. So list of the pieces for this issue, because there's quite a lot of them. We get the fuse box cover, detail A, we get 3 of those. Air vents, details B, C and E, 3 multicolour LEDs, 2 red LEDs and 5 type Q screws. So we've got the screws there and everything else. Now all these you'll see, I've got like each a bulk of parts for this bit here. These are how they came. So they come in the little kind of Ziploc bags. And I've just tried to keep everything together within each Ziploc bag. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to follow all the instructions as they come and I'll try and show you each piece as I come to it, just so you can see what it looks like. So step 1, position and press the first air vent into place. The mounting holes and notch will indicate if it's the correct part. So these are the air vents, these 2 pieces just here. Now they are slightly different. They look exactly the same, but like it says, one's got L on it and one's got R written on the, just printed, see if you can see it in there. Printed on the inside, just in there, there you go. So, and obviously the 2 holes that they're going into on the top of the dashboard are also slightly off-centered, so we'll know which one's which as we push them in. So, that one is in there. No, that's the other one. So, I'm hoping that one will fit in there nicely. Yes, it does, there we go, so that's one. And we'll do the same thing on the other side with the right one. So that's that one in there. So that's the air vents done. So that's stages 1 and 2 this week. Step 3 is to the right of the air vents, push the fuse box cover into place. So this is the fuse box cover just here. Now in these little coloured bits at the top, there are really tiny numbers and they're incredibly well printed. I don't know whether you'll be able to see them properly. I'll try and get a photo of it once it's actually been installed, see if I can get some good pictures of that. So this goes with these silver buttons at the top by the look of it. Yes, and that just goes straight into that gap there. And then the 2 arms at the back of the fuse box line up with the columns on the back of the dashboard to insert 2 type Q screws. So that's into there, just in there, that one and that one. So that's 2 type Q screws, and then one just in the top there. One, and then exactly the same with the other one. That's 1. Tighten that one up a little bit more. There we go. So that's 2. So that's that all pushed into place just there. Right, and then step 5 is insert the 2 red LEDs where shown using a pair of tweezers. So grab me tweezers. So this is the 2 red LED, and that is going into those 2 large holes. Oops, sorry, just there. So just push that through that hole there. Come on, in you go. Doesn't want to go in now. There we are. Oh, no, thought I had it. Thought I had it. There we go. Give that a good push in. So I've just had to really give that a good push in straight from behind, so it's fitting in properly. And then place a Type Q screw behind the dashboard. So that's just into that little slot that's just at the back behind those two red LEDs. Just in there like that, so the same as the fuse box. Next, attach the 3 coloured LEDs, which are the red, amber and green one. In the same way, and use a Type Q screw. So the red on this LED will fit into this hole just here. If I just do exactly the same thing, melt that in there. Just turn this around to face me a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So that's all pushed in there. So then another Type Q screw into the hole just behind there. There we go. So that's all the LEDs in place on this side, just under here. And finally, press the 3 pieces A and piece. Finally, press 3 of piece A and piece B, C, D and E in as shown. So move that little extra screw out of the way. So I'm just going to bring these instructions in a little bit closer just so I can see exactly where I'm putting everything. So A goes in that one, A goes into that one, A goes into that one. So the position of the 3A pieces is one up here and the other 2 down here. So one above the green LED and the other 2 below the red and amber ones. So that's the 3 part A's. Part B, and they're the little black kind of button ones. Part B will go just where that silver ring is just there, and that's the one that looks a little bit like a cog, like a settings cog. That one will just fit straight into there, so we'll just push that in gently into there. There we go. That's in. These are quite tight squeezes as well, so you don't. So far, I've not needed any super glue. I might glue that one because that was quite loose. But most of the parts for this don't need any glue. It's really well made, this one. So that's that. Part D, which is I'm guessing the red one because there's a misprint in the instructions here, isn't there? The list of pieces goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So be careful because there's a misprint. So here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then in here you have actually got a part 5 just there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the other 2 pieces. I'm going to miss part D. I'm going to put in part E and C and I'm going to see what part's left, and that one will be part D. But I'm assuming it is that piece there. Right, so just looking at the pictures, part E, which is this red, we'll just skip part D for now. This red lever, whoops, sorry if that got too dark. The red lever just there, that one is part E, and that one fits into that little hole with the metallic ring round it. Now there is only one way round for this to go, so make sure you get the orientation right. And then just very gently push fit it into place. You might need a little bit of tweaking, but it should just fit in. Just take your time with it. There, so that's that done. And then part C is this little red one just there. That's part C. That goes in the hole next to the red part that you've just put in. There you go. So push that all the way in. That's that. And then, so part D has to be this little silver one that's left over, and that goes into this little hole just down here by where the steering column will go. So that's in there like that. And there's a couple of these pieces, that one for example, whoops, there, and then that silver one that I've just put in. These two pieces I'm going to put a dab of just a tiny bit of super glue onto to hold them on. Because I can't see any reason once we've installed them why they'll need to be pulled out. But yeah, that's it then for issue 10, everything assembled. So yeah, that's everything done for issue 10, so we've practically finished the dashboard. A couple of things to take care of. Like I say, I'm probably going to glue a few of these parts in. I might just leave it for a little bit first of all. That little red like lever one, it's a half moon shaped fit inside, so when you push it together, it'll only fit in one way round. I did bend this part a little bit when I was doing that. Luckily it didn't snap off or anything, so it's still whole, but just take care when you're doing it, just because it is, you know, they are delicate parts. It didn't snap though, which I did have that on the Bismarck when we were doing the breakwater supports. That was something that annoyed me then, but that was just absolutely fine. No problems with that one actually. Next video, issue 11, we've got the engine block foundations, which is just get a few bits there. Looks like we get a few screws, the engine block itself, and then in issue 12 we get the major transmission components. So that's all there. So a bit of work coming up now on the engine, which I'm quite looking forward to. So please remember to like, share and subscribe to the Yorkshire Modeller for more weekly model building geekiness, and until next time, happy modelling everyone.